Hello everybody, this is Solartiger with another aquarium video. Today I have bought a new filter. I'm upgrading the filter that I'm using. The current filter that I'm using is a Fluval U3. It's an old model. It's a pretty small filter and it only has one sponge in it. I'll take you around the side. This is the filter that I'm currently using, and it is quite a few years old, and I got it second hand, and the sponge is a bit worse for wear in it. So I have been using this on my 20-gallon tank, but I've now bought a new filter. So I have upgraded to a Fluval U3. I just change the brightness. This is a Fluval U3 internal filter. It's a lot bigger than the old filter that I was using, and it has three types of filtration in it. It has the filter sponges, it has a carbon filter, and it has ceramic media and a clean and clear cartridge that has resins in it that absorb impurities from the water. So it offers more ways of filtering the water, and it's physically a lot larger. I show you it here. So as you can see, the filter in the foreground is the Fluval U3, and the smaller filter next to it, I'll just show you from this side. So the Fluval U3 is the larger filter on the right hand side, and the smaller filter on the left is my old Fluval 2, and as you can see, there's a big difference in the size. So the bigger filter has a bigger area of filtration inside the filter, and the new filter has various different types of filtration in it, whereas the old one only had a sponge. So I will show you the box of the Fluval U3. This is a 20-gallon aquarium, and this is a Fluval U3. For a 20-gallon aquarium, you could also use a Fluval U2, but I decided to go with the U3 because, well, I like to have it something with a bit more filtering capacity, so it will help keep the tank cleaner. So this is the Fluval U3, and it's rated up for tanks up to 150 litres or 40 US gallons. So that's that. Now, this filter is a lot easier to maintain, as the pump motor is in the base of the unit rather than in the top of the unit as for the old one. So what this means is that to service this filter, you do not have to actually take it out of your tank. All you have to do is you pull it forwards, and then it hinges on the bracket that it hangs on. You flip open the lid, and then you can take out the filter cartridges, which is very convenient. So I will show you a picture of that. There's the picture of that. You just flip open the lid, and then there's the three filter sections, and you just pull them out to take them out. So that's easy maintenance. So that's another plus of this filter. Also, there are three outputs where the water can come out. With the older Fluval 2 filter, there is one fixed outlet at the top. You can swivel it from side to side, but the outlet is at the top. Whereas with the Fluval U3, it has a choice of an outlet at the top, an outlet at the bottom, and a vertical underwater spray bar. So you can choose by turning the dial on the top of the unit. Not only can you choose from the 3 output positions, you can also vary the flow by turning the knob as well. You can also, if you use the top outlet, you can also aerate the water with a venturi attachment that goes on the top. You can see that working here. The venturi is this part on the top. If I show you a view from underneath, you can see that it oxygenates the water, so that means I do not have to use my very noisy air pump. So I am retiring that for a good night's sleep. This filter is very quiet, you can probably hear it working, and this is with the lid removed from the aquarium. Obviously when I put the board back on the top, the noise will be even less. So that's good in a bedroom. Also, you can either use the filter in a vertical position, as it is here, or you can have it in a horizontal position if your tank has a very low water level, i.e. if you're keeping reptiles or turtles or in a use where the water is very shallow, you can put it in the horizontal position. So that's that. Here is a picture of the inside of the filter. As you can see, it has a foam section and a pad that has carbon in it as well, a poly filter. It has 2 of those sections, one on either side, and there's a centre section that has the ceramic filter media. You can also add a clean and clear cartridge, that's this here, and that goes inside this section here. That is optional, but I got those as well. So the pump unit is in the bottom, it draws the water in through the slits on the side, it pulls it through the sponge filter and then through the carbon filter and then down through the ceramic biological filter and the clean and clear cartridges if you have those installed. Goes through the pump and back up the top to one of the 3 outlets depending on which one you've selected. So that's how that works. The drawback to my old filter, I come around the side here, is that it only has slots in the bottom section, whereas the Fluval U3 has slots all the way up on both sides, so it can draw in more water than the old filter can. So this new one should be a lot more efficient. It has 4 strong suckers on the back, on the bracket. The bracket permanently stays in the tank, so that's how that is. At the moment, obviously, this filter is brand new, and it hasn't had any time to develop the beneficial bacteria, so that is why I'm running it alongside the old filter, which has a good biological bacteria colony inside it. So I will run both the filters for say a month or 2, and then I could remove this filter, but I may just end up leaving both of them in here, as the more filtration you can have in your tank the better, although I have very few fish in this tank. But having 2 filters is good in case one breaks down and one can carry on working, so it's a redundancy thing. Also, this is a planted tank, but my tank suffers a lot from build-up of junk inside of here. You can see bearded algae growing on the plants, but also I have this the fluffy brown rubbish that accumulates in the plants. So a filter with good flow is beneficial. I have hoovered the gravel twice in a week and was surprised how much rubbish came out. I have a gravel cleaner that's air powered, so I can power that from the air pump, and I was surprised how much rubbish was sucked out. It's powered by air and it vacuums the gunk into a cloth bag and the water returns to the tank. But I'm trying to improve the appearance of the tank, so hopefully this new filter will be a good help, and I will probably trim bits off, the worst looking bits off the plants, and see if that improves. So at the moment there are 2 danios in this tank and a single guppy in this tank, so there's 3 fish in this tank. I do have some snails in this tank. There's one here. Well, I have a couple of largish ones. There's one there and one here. These snails came in with some of the plants. They were not purposely introduced. The plants in here are Hygrophila stricta, the skinny plant here. I've got a good chunk of Java fern on some wood. There's some Anacaris, the tallish greenish plant. There's a red plant that doesn't grow that well, and there's this other plant in the front here. I have some Loegia, which seems to grow very well. It's a red plant, and that seems to grow very well. And I did have some pennywort, there's a bit here, but that doesn't grow very well in my tank, it keeps on rotting. So I stuck it in my other tank. But my tank is lit by 2 24-watt T5 fluorescent tubes. These are 10,000 Kelvin tubes. They're pretty bright, so I've got 48 watts over this tank. I've got lots of brown algae in this tank. Not green algae, but brown. In my other tank, over here, this is my very low tech tank. It's about 15 litres. There's a 20-watt heater in the back and a very small filter. The 20-watt heater has a preset thermostat of 25 degrees Celsius, but as I mentioned in other videos, it struggles to reach 25 degrees Celsius. At the moment it's 22 degrees Celsius, and in here there's pennywort and all my odds and ends of plant material I put in here. It's simply lit by an ordinary LED light bulb, and the plants seem to grow well in here without the brown algae. And this is a fishless tank. I don't have any fish in here normally. There's one leopard danio in here at the moment, which is not in the best of health, that's why I put it in this tank. Other than that, the plants seem to grow very well in this tank. I stick some liquid fertilizer in it occasionally, and other than that, it's just left. The light is on all day long from 6 AM to approximately 10 PM, but I don't have any algae growth in this tank, so that's how that is. On this tank, the light's on for 8 hours a day. I'm trying different patterns with the lighting to see if that helps. This is my tank. This is Solartiger saying thank you for watching my video. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, where I have other aquarium videos, and my other hobby, which is solar power systems, and you'll see videos on my DIY solar power system. So this is Solartiger saying thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye. Thank you.